Soul Man Billy Bland, and I have in studio with me one of the coldest keyboard players in the city, if not the coldest. And this guy, man, I'm telling you, he's a young cat and he is on the ball. I'm talking about Greg Williams, aka Gregatron. Greg, say hello to the audience.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
All right, man. Now, okay, you are the keyboardist at Poly Chapel.
Yes, sir.
But how long have you been playing the keys, man?
Well, I started playing the drums first at the age of 3. My dad was a drummer, and so he had a drum set, and I used to get on there and bang around, and then they finally got me one, my parents. And then at 12 years old, my grandmother, she purchased a keyboard. It was like a Casio, so it was a beginner keyboard.
Okay.
But I learned how to play the drums on there. I mean, I took that keyboard to the limit.
Is that right?
And so, yeah, so ever since 12, I would, get a new keyboard or whatever. I got a new one at 16 and then a new one at 18.
So do you read music? I mean, did you just... Well, I do know you read music because you write it, right?
Right.
Okay, so when did you start... When did you learn to read music?
I went to Taylor University in 2009 when I graduated high school, and I worked with Dr. Hart Shannon. He was a great piano teacher of mine, and we started reading sheet music. He had me reading hymn books. We played Rachmaninoff, Beethoven, I mean, the whole Mozart, the whole nine. So, yeah.
So you are very adaptable. You play just about any type of music there is, huh?
Yep, there's no limit. I can play Latin, Latin, gospel, R&B, pop, techno, anything.
Yeah. Do you ever get confused sometime? I mean, the setting where you are determines the type of music that you play. It's kind of like where you go on the planet, the people speak different language, so you can speak the language of the setting that you're in on your keyboard, right?
Yeah. So sometimes when I was first starting to play, when I was only playing purely in church, just in church, I would go out somewhere and I would have a churchy playing style, and it's like after playing with a lot of musicians over the years, you learn like, okay, this is a R&B show, you don't do this at this, or this is a country show, so you don't play this type of thing over there. So.
Right. But speaking of country, do you play some country music?
I do. I just got off tour a couple of years ago with the band. They're called the Duggar Band. They did a Christmas tour. They live in Nashville, Tennessee. And so, every year, this past year we didn't go, but every year I pretty much go with them on their Christmas tour.
I watched the movie again, Ray Charles, starring Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
Ray, kind of made it do what it do.
Yeah, he did.
Ray could do everything, man, with that keyboard, man. And in a lot of ways, you remind me of him as I look at you every Sunday playing those boards, man. You are really something. You're so smooth with it, man. And you have a new CD out. Let's talk about some of your music other than the church style. Let's talk about this dynamic song that we're gonna play in just a moment here. Let's talk about it. How did it evolve?
All right, so the song is called Touch the Sky, which is available on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, everywhere. There's a local artist here. Her name is Jandrea. And Jandrea. So I was at the band and I, which is Casey, Harvey, and Trey Green. We were playing for Jandrea's show.
Yeah.
And so we were waiting to start. It was starting a little later, so I was just playing around on the keys, and I played the chord progression to the song that we're about to play. I was like, this is nice, so I just took it home and worked on it. I wrote the lyrics with a girl in Nashville, a friend of mine named Morgan McClanahan. And then after we had a great song, I called up a friend of mine in L.A. Her name is Mickey Shyla, and she laid the final vocals.
Okay.
And then I traveled to Chicago to work with a band called, their name is Archduke.
Okay.
And so they laid down the rap. And it was funny, yeah. I mean,
So how long did it take to produce the whole thing?
From start to the finished product,
right.
I started last summer or end of last summer, so August, and the song wasn't finished until about February.
I've had Jandrea in the studio, and she's bad. Jandrea Tatum.
Yeah.
She's cold blooded, man. Now she's the daughter of a very dear friend of mine,
Yeah.
John.
Yeah.
Okay, now the song is entitled "Touch the Sky,"
Yes.
and your name Gregatron.
Yeah, that's
and
my
people
stage
can,
name.
That's your stage name. People can listen to it. They can go to where is it not
They
available?
they can go to the main place they can go is Gregatron.com.
Gregatron.
Yes, Gregatron.com. If you go to Gregatron.com, the single is available for purchase there. And it has all of my social media handles at the top, like Facebook,
Okay.
Twitter, Instagram, so everybody can kind of follow me on those other sites. I post videos almost daily of me
Okay.
playing.
Okay. All right. Well, without any further ado, unless you want to add something before we play this song, is there anything that you want to add before we play the song? We're gonna play the song, and then we'll talk a couple minutes about it afterwards.
I'll just wait till we come back.
Okay. Here we go. This is called "Touch the Sky." Gregatron and the vocalist.
Mickey Shyla and the rappers are Archduke.
Man, that is so nice.
Ooh, thank you,
So,
thank you.
so you wrote and produced all of the music, everything. That's all your
Well,
fingerprints
Yeah,
all
so
over it.
so the lyrics I would collaborate again, like with Morgan
Okay.
from Nashville,
Mhm.
and the rappers I actually didn't even help them write. I mean, they just
They just
they
kinda do their
heard.
thing.
Yeah, I had the rap part. I had a different instrumental actually, and then so they heard it. They were like, but they have a signature style.
Mhm.
So I deleted the instrumental at that part, and we kind of started fresh.
Mhm.
So it took us like maybe 20 minutes to get that instrumental on the rap part done. And I mean, once we had it done, I mean, they just immediately, like within 5 or 10 minutes, they came up with those lyrics and killed it.
Well, I guess you know that you just messed me up, man. I look at you in church now. I'm gonna see Gregatron over there.
Well, shoot, I might have to pull out some of my synthesizers at church or something.
Yeah, great. One Sunday we were in church, and I think we were the choir was singing the song. You pray for me, and I pray for you. And Greg pulled out what's that thing?
The
called?
vocoder.
The vocoder,
Yeah.
man, and blew us away with that. And he even said one time, the soul man Billy Bland on it. Like, boy, that cracked me up, man. Well, you're a bad man.
Yeah, thank you.
So, and you're originally from?
Evansville, Indiana.
So, how did you land in Texarkana?
Well, so I was attending Taylor University, and I was going to study at the school of Berkeley School of Music, but it didn't work out. I didn't get to go. So I ended up coming down to Marshall, Texas to attend Wiley.
Okay.
And so when I was at Wiley, I ended up meeting Todd Rigsby, and then he introduced me to Casey Harvey.
Okay.
And then Casey was telling me that, you guys were looking for a musician at church. And so yeah, that's how I got here.
Man. All right. Well, round and round and round she goes. Where it ends up, nobody knows. And I tell you what, man, you are a very talented young man on those keys, and you say you play drums as well.
Yeah, I gotta get the rust off the drums. I'm a little rusty, but I do play.
Yeah. Well, I see you. You be helping out our drummer. Telling them, with head gestures, just when you want him to hit those cymbals and how hard and everything. And it sounds good, man. You got a great sound. And this Gregatron, this is called Touch the Sky. Once again, tell our listeners where they can go to listen to your music.
They can go to Gregatron.com, and from there, the single is actually embedded into the site, so they can purchase it on there.
Okay.
They could also go to Google Music, or Google Play, Apple Music,
Okay.
Spotify, Amazon, CD Baby. I mean, you can just Google Touch the Sky Gregatron, and it'll pop up.
All right. Well, Greg, it's been a pleasure, man. I know we've been trying to get this thing to happen for quite a while. I think you were getting very frustrated with me. I said, I better go and get him in here because now is just as good a time as any. It's not going to get any better. We can do this now, and I am glad that we did, man.
I'm glad to come in here too.
Yeah, and I'm sure you'll be back. I'm sure we're gonna be playing some of your music, man. And this one right here, man, the more I listen to it, it might get in rotation.
And that'll be fine. I have so if you guys want to follow me on Instagram at Gregatron Music, I upload almost videos maybe almost every single day of new music. And so yeah, just follow me on
Music
there.
that you.
Yeah, it's music that's gonna come out.
Okay.
But
All right.
what it a lot of times I pick out, like, I'll play keyboard solos over my music, and I'll videotape it and upload it.
Like, yeah, it's a very I don't know what word to use. It's not difficult to you, to someone who knows how to do it, but it is a very complex way to to finalize and to master a song that we hear. It's just not done in the studio, one take, boom, and that's it. That's not the way it goes at all. You say you started on this a year ago?
Yeah, almost a year. Yeah, about 8 or 9 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of what really took the longest time about the song was the chord. The actual music of the song isn't that difficult. What took the longest time is the sound selection and production. Stacking the kicks, layering claps, finding good sounds, finding good synths and effects.
Brothers, find out all about this system. Find out about the families and everything. And Greg is still in studio with me, and we've been kicking it, man. And you and I have a lot of similarities, although I know nothing whatsoever about the keyboards. But
similar minds.
I play. Yeah, we've got similar minds. And I play the music, and I listen to the music, and I'm hip to the music, and I know a good sound when I hear it, and I know you got a good sound. I listen to you in church all the time, man. And I said, boy, me and Mike Trammell, we just be shaking our heads sometime, man. Pastor gonna have to throw a rope over there on you, man, or something to calm you down, man. But it's off the chain. Now, what I wanted you to do was to give some advice to some upcoming artists who are trying to break into the business.
Well, my advice is work ethic is so important.
Absolutely.
Like, if you don't practice your instrument, you don't practice your voice every day, you're not going to make it.
Do you know a basketball player by the name of Allen Iverson?
I do.
He said, practice? Practice?
Mm-hmm.
Who needs practice?
Everybody.
When it comes now. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, your natural talent will only get you so far.
Absolutely
like,
right.
You have to practice every day.
That's right.
You have to also, when you're playing a show or you're singing a show, you need to study your material.
Yeah.
I've been places where I've heard, like, a very talented musician, they've totally botched the gig. Like, they totally messed up. I mean, they sound like they suck. They don't actually suck. They just weren't prepared for the show.
Right.
So that's the advice I'd give is, first, work ethic.
Right.
The next piece of advice is get serious about your finance.
Right.
Don't go and sing everywhere and play everywhere for free. It's like, you need to...
Yeah.
The piece of... I say value yourself. That's how I put it.
Right.
Value yourself.
Absolutely.
Value your business. Value yourself.
Absolutely. Okay, well, brother, I'm telling you, man, you seem to have your head screwed on straight, man. You're good at what you do, and I've heard you play now for over a year, and I like your stuff, man. I like the traditional church music that you do in church, but I'm also digging on this. What kind of music do you call it?
I'd actually do. I guess I would be pop/EDM. EDM stands for electronic dance music.
Okay.
So basically, it's just. Yeah,
it will get you moving, man.
Yeah, just electronic dance music. Yeah, I mean, I do a little bit of everything. I have a trap song is my next single. I don't have a name for it yet, but I have a trap song coming out as my next single, and then my next single after that is going to be an old school James Brown throwback pop.
James Brown.
I
got to get that now.
It's going to be live musicians on there, so I mean, it's going to be serious.
Okay. Stevie Wonder, way back in the day, he was, I think, now I don't know this for sure, but he made the synthetic music, the synthesizer, and all of these sounds that come from the keyboards, he made that popular. Is that correct, or am I incorrect in saying that?
I'd say for You know, he's one of the ones. I mean, there's a lot of, there's Herbie Hancock.
Yeah,
I mean, he
Herbie
did a
Hancock,
lot.
absolutely.
I mean, George Duke, he did a lot. I mean, it's a lot of different keyboard players.
Right.
But I'd say, yeah, Stevie Wonder was one of the pioneers for it's a keyboard called the clavichord.
Yeah.
He uses in Superstition, and you hear it in like
Right,
all his
right,
music,
right.
like kind of, it's like that plucky sound.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he was one of the main people to make that popular.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Thank you so much, Gregatron, for coming in and spending some time with us. And now I can go to church and I can look at you without looking at you, you know, and I can look at you a different way now.
Right.
And it's all good.
It's
now,
all good.
I noticed, man, you take your shoes off
Yeah.
when you play.
And
I've asked you about that, too.
Yeah, so I take my shoes off when I play the organ because shoes have too much. Shoes have. Sorry, people are texting me. People are texting my phone right now. That's hilarious. I'm a part of a group text. My friends are hilarious. They are funny. Yeah. So I take my shoes off because when I slide from note to note, it's the traction of the shoes too much. Right. Yeah. So.
Did you ever see the movie War Room?
Yes, I did.
Okay, you know that lady had the bad feet?
Yeah.
I'm glad your feet aren't like that.
Oh, no, I can't roll like that.
All right. So share with our listeners this last thing about you going into this the store, playing the music, and the man knew that you weren't coming in there to buy anything, that you were just coming to, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Now, where was this?
This was in Evansville. So a lot of musicians know about a store called, the name is Guitar Center. Okay. And so I had a Guitar Center about 5 minutes away from my house. So those guys in there, they were really cool. So I was like probably 14 or 15 when I would go to Harrison High School, which is my high school, and Guitar Center was like across the street from it. Right. So every day when I get off the bus or whatever, I would go to the store and I would, they would let me come in there. I would just play on all the keyboards. I would get in there at 3 p.m. and I wouldn't leave the store till 8, till they closed. Wow. And I would do this like 5 days a week. My goodness. And so I think that was really instrumental in helping me to learn my way around synthesizers and computers and keyboards.
Gregatron, thank you again, man, for coming in. And I have a couple of boys that I really do want to hook them up with you, and you can teach them a little something about this game.
Bring them my way.
All right. You've been talking with Gregatron, Soul Man Billy Bland. We've got to take a break, handle some business, and when we come back, we'll jump right back into the mix on this Mother's Day weekend on Jammin' 104.7 KTOY. You keep it locked.
We can dance until we touch the sky.